Ladies and gentlemen, check that out. Finally back at the main crib. And I had to move the Pokemon Center ETB case because I think that looks best for display. But let me know what you guys think. Damn, look at that. Like, team of cosmic, unified, unbroken Fusion Strike cases, Lost Origin cases, the the evolving ETBs. What a sight. What a sight. Anyway, so we're gonna do a video talking about the Mewtwo from Destined Rivals. That's new in the conversation tonight, eh? Welcome to the Night Talk. Yeah, it went from $1,000 to $1,700, and guys, I'm telling you, I wouldn't FOMO into it. Like, this advice might come back and bite me in the ass, but I would not FOMO into it at $1,700. Like, I don't know. Like, buying a PSA 10 for that much, I honestly would rather get the Greninja. And even the Greninja's spiking. And in my opinion, it's a better card than the fucking Mewtwo. That Mewtwo's cool, but not what it's going for now. And I guess that's kind of what you got to sort of watch is, like, if you want a card, you kind of just got to get it. Like, and not fuck around. That like Bubble Mew is a good example. That it's like, as soon as it released, you should have just bought it. It's actually changed now where it was, like, when a set released, you usually waited, and then the price tanked, and then you bought, and the price went back up. Now it's kind of different, and it's shifted, and it throws a lot of people off. But anyway, so I want to discuss the seal issue that we had, that I was talking about. And, I mean, let's check this out on some of my modern boxes. So, I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah, you still have the ghetto-looking seal on, like, modern boxes like Obsidian. So, I mean, it's pretty normal, actually. Boy. Well, you don't really notice it until you just, like, look for it. Like, modern, I never really even care to look, because it's just, like, usually worth nothing when I buy it. So, yeah, it's interesting to kind of look at it. Do we have a Sword and Shield box to look at? Well, let's check out Evolving Skies. Another box to throw in there. So we're looking at, yeah, see, like, on Sword and Shield era, look at the seal here. A lot of people don't pay attention to that. And we're all about trying to show you the fine details on this channel of, like, what to pay attention to. Because, honestly, like, a seal is a difference. When you start to get with these expensive boxes, the littlest shit matters. And I'll explain why. Like, I'm so paranoid anymore when it comes to buying expensive seal that I, like, fucking check every little detail, because I've heard absolute fucking horror stories, and you just have to be really fucking careful. And yeah, like I said, I mean, I guess the seals are kind of ghetto. You would think Pokemon would have a better method of sealing the plastic than, like, looking all fucking ghetto like that. I don't know. Like, it kind of pisses me off, because I'm really particular about keeping a nice mint box, and everybody likes their box nice and mint, you know what I mean? Everybody likes clean box, except for Pokemon Joey. But yeah, so we're gonna compare it to, like I was saying, like, with this, definitely clean. It just took me a minute to realize it and make sure, because, yeah, I mean, this is fucking $10,000. I mean, you want to make sure what you're buying is what you're buying, and especially with how expensive these are getting. And I mean, you don't want this sitting on your shelf for fucking 5 years and it's like $30K, and then you're looking at it like, oh, damn, that was resealed, and you're just out all of your money. The guy that you bought it from is long gone, and you're just kind of fucked. So that's why I'm very paranoid about checking. But yeah, it kind of just looks like to me that it's like that the ghetto sealing is, yeah, a big Pokemon thing. I guess it looks pretty. They kind of got it better with Sword and Shield. I feel like Scarlet and Violet, boy, it does look like I'm looking at some of my Obsidian Flames sitting on the wall, and yeah, they kind of like half-assed it with Obsidian, but every Sun and Moon box I've ever seen almost looks that way. So this is actually a really mint box compared to what they usually look like. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped about that. So just an awesome day, man. Like we finally have it in the collection. Um, yeah, good time to be sitting on some sealed, eh? Uh, and I also want to talk about like the demand. We just seen a bunch of 151 booster bundles that sold in the market. I think they're up to $100 a booster bundle now. Hit me up. I got them for 90 bitches. But Destin Rivals approaching 400, and a lot of people are asking them, the question of like, well, with Destin Rivals, should I buy in at 400? And it's a tough choice, actually. I really haven't thought this opinion through, but I don't know. I would say no. Like, to be honest, I mean, it's a fucking modern box, guys. I don't know. Like, is it a good set? Yeah. The Garchomp, by the way, dude, I could have bought that card for 80 fucking dollars. It's $250. I didn't even think that card would sell. And it's like, dude, it's expensive as hell now. It's insane. Like I said, the Mewtwo, with the Mewtwo going up like that, I mean, it's a tough one, man. Because I mean, Paldea is 500, and I would probably throw Destin and Paldea at about the same rate. But it's just one of those things, guys. That like, if you weren't buying them at fucking $200, $250, $300, like, you just missed the boat. Like, maybe wait for the fucking reprint, man. Like, if there is a reprint, who knows? Like I said, I'm not guaranteeing it, but um, maybe just wait for the reprint. If you really want the box, buy it. I sold mine when it hit 350. I don't even care. Like, I bought it for fucking 280. Dumped it for 350. Made some quick cash off it and called it a day. Put it into better shit. And like, that's my point. Is they print a lot of this Scarlet and Violet shit. They print a lot of Sword and Shield, and yes, you're going to see gains on a lot of this stuff, but it's like, dude, you have to also like consider going for like incredible shit. You know what I mean? Like, everyone is so focused on these fucking 200, 300, $400 boxes, and you have to like stop doing that. I don't know how else to say this as a collector. Like, unless you really want the booster boxes in your collection, you want to build a set. Some guys are like that. That's cool. Do you? Do what your goal is in Pokemon. But sometimes you have to take a step back and just say, fuck it. And, just get the stuff that you like and that you feel is like still reasonable. Like, there's a lot of stuff I can name off that I still feel is reasonable, like prismatic PCTVs. I still don't think they're terrible at 4. Um, the super premium collections with prismatic, I think they hit about 300. Like, those still aren't bad. Like, 151 UPCs are $600. The 151 UPCs, even at the 600, I still think they're going to be like a fucking $1,000, $2,000 UPC. So, to just do you, but still, like, this is just my point is you can focus on all these boxes that are going up $50 to $100 and shit like that, man. Or you can focus like where the real money's at. And you can tell by my recommendations. My recommendations are always usually bigger ticket items. And don't get me wrong, there's your sleeper shit that I always throw in there, like Mew. I was telling you guys to buy this at $80. A killer investment. Iron Crown, killer investment. Like, there's some things like that you should definitely buy. Or you should have bought. But if you haven't noticed, most of my recommendations are higher end items. Because, like, you have to look at Pokemon like this. If an item has already done really fucking well, light team up, for example. It went from $2,000 to $8,000. And most of the time in Pokemon, your money is like doubling. Okay? So the more money you usually put in, the more money you're going to get back out. Most of the time. Unless you're talking with ultra modern, but if we're talking like cases, like the Fusion Strike PC ETB cases I was talking about on this channel, to buy those at 15, they're now 2,500. Like, it's a lot easier for a $1,500 product to hit $2,500. It's a lot easier for a $2,500 product to hit $5,000. It's a lot easier for a $3,000 product like 151 UPCs cases to hit $6,000. Like, the lowest listed 151 UPC case I've seen, $6,000. We got one of them back there behind the team up. It's a lot easier when something already has momentum. And like, that's the point of this video. And like Unified Minds, for example, it's like $3,500 a booster box. It's a lot easier for that box to double to $7,000 because no one has it. Okay? It's a lot easier for Unbroken Bonds to double from 3,000 to 6,000 because no one has it. It's a lot easier for Evolving Skies to double because of it just being harder to find. It's a lot easier for these cases to double because they are harder and more expensive to acquire. And that's the difference, the difference maker. And a lot of you may not understand it, and it frustrates me because it really is this easy. Of like temporal forces, a good set to talk about here. Sorry for my rant, I'm just jumping all over the place, but I get all excited when I come home and see all my shit laying around. Like, this is a $250 box. It went from $160 to $250, and yes, I think it'll probably run to $300 or $400. But it's just going to take longer, and you only put, $160 in, so you're only going to get like $300 back, if that makes sense. And you're going to have to wait like 6 months. It's just like, if you're going to be cheap in the hobby, you're just not going to make money, man. Like, and I mean, yes, you can make money, but man, you ever heard the saying, you have to spend money to make money? That is essentially my theory here. And it's even like Prismatic Pokemon Center TVs. These are a great investment. They went from 200 to 400, which is great. But, and they'll probably go to 5 or 6. I still don't think these are a bad buy at 4. But you only put in 200, so it's a lot tougher, and it's a newer product. So you're going to have to wait longer, if that makes any sense. Like, you're going to have to wait longer. Even the 151 Pokemon Center ETB, it's at what, 1,000 now? It still took it like 2 years to get to 1,000. So you're going to have to wait longer when, if you just bought like a Fusion Strike Pokemon Center ETB case, or got creative and bought like an Obsidian Flames case of PC ETBs, it doubles faster. Cases double faster than regular loose boxes. And also, like, loose vintage older boxes double faster than newer boxes. Like, newer loose boxes are always going to go up a lot slower. Even though you're seeing good gains on this stuff. And you really have to think about it too. Like, when you go to sell this stuff, like, if you only made, like, Prismatic regular ETBs, if you only made $30 to $50 on a regular ETB, when you go to sell it, if you're shipping, if you're getting eBay fees, you're not even making money. And like, that's my point. Is great when this stuff goes up, but it's not as great as you think it is. To where, if I'm selling Unbroken Bonds, I bought that box at $550. And even if I sell it on eBay for $3,000, what it is now, or 2,900, I got such a nice gain from it, and that like the fees don't even matter, like because I've gained thousands of dollars from it. And that's why I do recommend buying bigger ticket items that you care about, that you love, instead of buying small garbage. Trust me, this fucking closet is filled with small garbage. like like Celebrations fucking boxes. Um it's filled with small garbage that recently I've started to thin it out. I've sold a lot of my small garbage and I have focused on the big boy toys. And that's what you have to do. Evolving Skies ETBs, another good one to grab. Like, you have to focus on stuff that's going to go from 400 to 1,000, or 1,500 to 2,500, or 2,300 with Lost Origin to like a ridiculous number like fucking 6K. To where it's just like you've made so much of a gain that you can just dump it onto the market and you're good. And that's why cases are so much better. But now, like, it's pretty much priced in because everyone's realized that. Um, so I'm kind of beating a dead horse here. But my point of this video is try not to load up on random garbage. Like, like even booster bundles, they're great, but you can spend money in better places. Like, get stuff that you're proud to own. Like, I'm not proud to own 151 booster bundles, bro. I'm not proud to own Crown Zenith and Skyboxes. Even though they were a good investment, I'm not proud to own them. I'm not proud to own fucking 151 poster collections. Even though I did great and bought these for like $15 and they're now like fucking 40. Which is great, don't get me wrong. But it's like, I'm proud to own Team Up. I'm proud to own Lost Origin cases. I'm proud to own Fusion Strike. I'm proud to own Evolving Skies, the ETBs. Like, get stuff that you're proud to own. Even if it's fucking seems expensive, get stuff that you're proud to own. And you will probably be rewarded in the future. And get stuff that isn't mass printed. Because this stuff is a lot cooler. Like, Unified Minds is a lot cooler than a Prismatic Evolutions fucking ETB. Okay? Or an Obsidian Flames box. Or a Temporal Forces box. Like, this was an era where there's just not enough to go around, and there never will be. And I still think Unified Minds, you may hate to spend the $3,500 that it's at now, but you're going to be laughing your way to the bank when it's $7,000 because there's just no one else that has them for sale in a year from now. And you have to start looking at things that way of, if you want big gains, you have to invest big. And that's just how it is. And like, this stuff sells in an instant. Like, the liquidity, like, I could sell this stuff in the snap of a finger, it would be gone. The snap of a finger, it would be gone. So when you're spending these big amounts of money, you may feel bad about it, but the liquidity is there, and it will always be there. Pokemon's been around for 30 years. It's getting crazier than ever. I mean, I love when people like are worried because they might print too much Prismatic Evolutions that it's going to. You think it's going to give a fuck? You think it's going to give two fucks about Unified Minds? Do you think it's going to affect Unified Minds prices at all? No. You can print all the Prismatic you want. You can print all the Obsidian Flames boxes you want. You can print all the Battle Styles. You can print every fucking box that you want. Well, they can't print Battle Styles anymore. That's my point. But you can print all the boxes from Scarlet and Violet era that you want. These will just get more rare every day. And that's my point. Buy something that you are proud to own. And like, get your dream Grail boxes. Because it only gets worse. Like, I'm telling you, like, if you fuck around and wait for Unified Minds, you're going to end up spending like $7,000 for it when it's $10K, and you find a deal on it. Like, here, I'll explain this with Team Up. I've told you guys a Team Up story before. I was going to buy a case of this for $10,000, and I fucked around and waited. And you know what I did instead? I bought stupid shit that was cheap that I'm not that proud of. I mean, granted, I bought a bunch of my evolving ETBs, but I didn't buy what mattered. And then I hit $4,000, and I stumbled around, and I was pissed because I could have bought it for $2,000, and I was offered it at $4,000, the new price. And I stumbled around and almost bought it a couple times. Wish I did. And then it hit 8, then 10,000, and here I am buying it for $8,000 and saying fuck. That was a good deal because like now it's 9 to 10. Fuck, I seen one listed for 11.5. And that's my point of get something that you're proud of, that you want to own. And over time, it will only do better and better because they're not printing Team Up. You know, like you don't even have to worry about the reprint window. Why do you think all these boxes have shot up so much? Like, even Unbroken Bonds. This was considered a not investable set years ago. Like, you were considered stupid for buying this for $550. It's $3,000 now. Cosmic Eclipse. That was $300 a box. Now you're looking at like $4,000 to $5,000. That's my point. Get something older. Or get sealed cases. Don't flood yourself with a bunch of small garbage, especially when it's at these prices. You know what I mean? Don't flood yourself with small garbage. And keep an eye on Marketplace. Like, I found the Vaporeon, the Jolteon, and Flareon box on Marketplace for $1,000. It was like far away from me though, so I gave the deal to my friend. But that's already those 3 boxes are $1,500 easy. Like they go for $500 each. I sent it to him. He's pumped. He wanted it in his collection. Help your friends out if they're looking for stuff. It's always a good thing to do. I always do that for people. But like I just handed him a $500 play. Like, here's $500 in profit, man. Go buy it. You should do that for people, regardless. Even if you just met someone on Marketplace, you should do that for them. I just met this dude, and I bought the fusion case from him. He bought stuff from me, and like I find a deal. I know he wants to go drive and fuck around chasing boxes. Here, go do it, man. Here you go. Here's a lead, you know. But if you're not on Marketplace, you're missing all of the action of buying stuff like the Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon boxes. There was only so many of those. They're getting harder and harder to find too. And like if you can find all 3 of them for $1,000, you're already getting a come up, like a free come up. So that's my point. Buy stuff you actually fucking believe in and want. Don't buy trash. Anyway, that's all we got for this one. Thank you for sticking around for the rant. Hope you guys. I had to make a video when I got home with just the whole aura of how crazy that looks. And yeah, we just had to do a video tonight. Hope you enjoyed the night talk. Thanks for sticking around for a 24-minute rant of my psychosis Pokemon addiction. We're out.